Jeep still fighting it out. We're on the penultimate lap of the Italian Grand Prix then. 6/10 between it. The DRS really seems to be effective for FH. He's gained a lot through there. He just needs
as
to...
we see, actually,
the track limits.
if we look at the position changing, and just changes, sorry, we have actually Leclerc hovering with Team 10 and 11 places up, and we have Dougal and Zoga Gamer 6 places up in this race. So it's Prix, which is pretty good overtaking and racecraft for them in this race. And Jensen Bartley has dropped down quite a lot. He's only at the Parabolica right now, and don't believe he has pitted. I'm not sure what happened to him, but Jensen Bartley actually, never mind, I think he has
FH
pitted.
have DRS on BG, they're very close. 2/10. FH might try and pounce now and just need to stay in the track limits because he's one warning away from a penalty.
Yeah, so both of them uncontested by P3, as he has 19 whole seconds of penalties, and we have FH
is going to go down to the final lap of this race. They both have around the same ERS. Actually, FH just has a little bit more, but we are going to go down to the final lap. Oh, FH doesn't get the best exit to Parabolica.
As Beep Cheap does have the red light on the back, which means he has 10% or less ERS. As we see, Beep Cheap does have the same light on.
Is he going to send it on BG? Is he going to go around the outside? Oh, they touch! BG!
They touch, and that's a massive loss for FH. And
FH going to lose out to Jamer as well. BG, what's he done there?
I think Beep Cheap could actually be penalised for that.
I think he'll be penalised for that one.
That amount of contact. He actually ran FH out wide, making him lock up on the
room.
grass,
And if Alex Albon would get a penalty for that in real life, the exact same incident.
This has to happen in the league. Obviously, we can't.
If he gets penalised, Draymond is in a great position for the win.
He is in P9. He is 19 seconds of penalty. But he might get around 10 seconds of them taken away though. Even though that won't help him actually win the race, it'll help him get a bit higher up, because I believe those are nonsense penalties from the safety car, which
I wouldn't expect that from BG, because BG seems like a good guy, good driver.
I don't believe that was on purpose, but even if it was an accident,
yeah, I wouldn't expect that from him. Anyway, BG is going to round the Parabolica now. In the Williams, the championship leader will take the victory in the Italian Grand Prix.
On track.
FH will finish second. Draymond will be a long way back because of penalties.
P3 actually.
P3. Davis will get P3, I think. Davis currently in P3. KDX Breyer P4.
Oh, that is a massive finish for the AlphaTauris. P3 and P4. Dougal P5 somehow after the whole race. Rossi just missing out. Leclerc still getting the points after starting all the way back in P18 after an awful qualifying.
For interviews.
Okay, will we stream the interviews? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we see,
but that is quite. Jensen Bartley will round off today's race.
Hello.
It was unlucky for Jensen, really. Could have had a great race. Could have got good points for McLaren, but obviously out of the points. FH P2 for him. He'll take home the only points for McLaren.
Nah, that's not going to win. He moves under braking on the last lap, left me absolutely no room whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm appealing that one, and he also hit Dre and almost Mazepin me. That is no.
I don't think the move on you was purpose. I just don't think
he moved under braking. That's not allowed. And the almost.
I mean, he turned left into a right-hand corner, so.
Yeah, no, that needs to be a penalty. That needs to be a penalty.
I'm not a steward, so I can't give you anything.
I know.
Yes, that's
anyway, YouTube isn't in the party. He hasn't joined, but should we just get straight on then? We'll start with Davis, the P3 runner in the AlphaTauri. So Davis.
Could you please
relatively quiet race for you. You just managed to stay out of trouble. Managed to get up to P3, and obviously take advantage of everyone else having many penalties. You obviously only had one 3-second penalty. Just talk us through your race, like how you managed to fight up to P3 so quickly. Not quickly, I mean You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Patiently.
Well, it was good. I just followed my teammate half the race, and we just helped each other and stayed in DRS trains, and we just took it easy. I was expecting a puncture on the final lap, but my tire somehow made it, so that was good. So yeah, I just stayed in a DRS train and just followed everybody through the field.
Who is the no, sorry, not who. How much tire wear do you have on the percentage? How much do you have by the end of the race?
It was between 70 and 80%. It was around there. I was expecting to be
Interesting.
higher up in the 80s, but I started to save a little once I had a little gap between me and the guy behind.
Yeah, so basically a little team orders between the AlphaTauris then.
I mean, yeah. So I was gonna give him DRS on the final lap, but it was too late. So yeah, I was gonna try to help him out so he could pull away from the guys behind, so he didn't get in trouble with people.
Yeah, did you know that Dramer Head had so many penalties which would eventually promote you into a podium?
Yeah, I saw that on my on the leaderboard. I saw that I was gonna make it, and if he tries to appeal anything, I know I can appeal my 3-second easily.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
so good race from AlphaTauri, good race from Davis, P3 again. Yes, I think last time out
I won last week.
yeah, you won last week, so
I got
and
second,
you got the podium
first,
in
and third.
Silverstone as well.
Yeah.
So three podiums on the trot for you.
My
Seems
race
like-
engineers helped me out.
Yeah, so do you think you could probably push towards the higher end of the championship? Now you've got 3 podiums.
I gotta go check the schedule out, to be honest.
It's Spa next, I can tell you that.
Spa next, I'm not that fast at Spa, so I don't think next week will be a good week for me. Belgium, Hungary. Possibly. I like every track besides Spa and Canada.
Yeah, it would be. It's gonna be a hard fight. Obviously, there's still quite a bit to go in the season, so could really go either way. Of course, both of the main championship contenders, obviously BG and FH, probably gonna they're very far ahead right now. But anything can happen. It's league racing. Anything can happen. But yeah, so good stuff from you, Davis.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to thank my race engineer, Fire King 5059, and GSR Thrasher. Fire King lives matter.
Alright,
Yeah.
so I think we'll move on to BG because I've got a good question to ask. And are you with us, BG?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, so what was it? Accidental on the last lap of the race into turn 1, or what happened there? Because we saw the contact between you and FH, which put him over a second behind and out of contention with the P1 on the track.
Well, I mean, I didn't actually touch him on my screen. On my screen, I was 5/10 up crossing the line onto the final corner, and I was using Rich and overtake, but obviously he had DRS, and my overtake was actually basically on 0. And I covered the inside, and I saw his arrow move to the outside, and then I just braked, and I thought he just missed his braking point a little bit and went wide. I didn't touch him on my screen, so...
We believe it was you pushed them a bit out wide, but could I ask FH?
Wait,
what
I
FH
got given
on
no
that
room. That's what happens. I got given absolutely no room whatsoever.
I'll go get the clip. I mean, I'll go.
Yeah,
I'll go watch my stream in a second. I'll find
Yeah,
out.
I've got the clip as well. I've got left no room.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I
seen
saw
that.
it.
Stewards
I
will
saw it
have to
from
debate
FH's
that.
point of view. It seemed like obviously the line. He still was on the track, but the
Wait,
line
was this on the inside
very,
or the outside?
I was on the outside line. I got left absolutely no room. If
You weren't even
I was
alongside me on
feeling-
my screen, I don't think.
I think the wheel dipped onto grass and just messed up the braking because that's how quickly the braking can get ruined. That Monza just one tap of the grass, and that's it. But
I mean, I'll have to watch the clip back
obviously
because I mean,
switch,
I'll be honest, my heart rate was going pretty high because I mean, I was out of overtake and had like plus 0.5 fuel, so I was just trying to hold on. But I'll go watch the clip and I'll have a look at it. But yeah. Oh, I can see I'm already in the ticket, so that's great.
May I ask, FH,
So,
again,
sure.
how are you feeling after that last safety car when you were gaining a bit every lap on YouTube? Do you think the win was still on, or do you try to let go a tiny bit?
Well, personally, I think I had the win. I feel like I did get forced on the track, to be honest. So, I mean, yeah, the safety car gave me a bunch of confidence. I knew I was usually quicker in the second part of stints anyway, so I thought I could possibly catch back up, but the safety car did help a lot. I kept up with B-Tube, and yeah, we saw what happened.
Yeah, I'm just watching the clip now.
For both of you, I have a question. How
Yeah,
are
you're not
you,
even alongside me.
affected by
You're not
the-
even
I'm
alongside me.
alongside you on my screen.
Hang on, I'll go get the. I'll submit my clip now. But yeah.
It was
Yeah,
it was
no,
on the
no.
stream. I'll give my analysis. I'll give my view on what happened. So basically, FH coming onto the outside line into turn one. FH still on the track. BG just slightly, like obviously he just slightly turns left, like not too much. And FH still on the track, but his line was very compromised, which allowed Dramer to get through, and that lost FH a bunch of time going into Curva Grande and so on and so forth.
But what I'm saying is that firstly, he wasn't actually fully alongside me. Even if on his screen he's like his front wheel's in line with my rear wheel, it's still my corner. I'm still in time to space. He's not even on the inside. He's on the outside. There's no way he's making the move. And if he doesn't, and even if he doesn't, if he stays right behind me, he's not going to get past me for the rest of the lap because he's not going to get through before Ascari, and then he's not going to get through on the back straight because it's impossible to follow right behind for Ascari. So it's not like he would have got past anyway. But it's the fact that he's not even alongside me. So I'd be astounded if I got a penalty for that, because that's, yeah.
There are different views on the situation though, but I'd like to ask both of you, how did a tire wear affect you, and what was the approximate tire wear on your tires?
There was nothing wrong with the tyres for me.
Yeah, my tyres were fine. I didn't even look at it, to be honest.
Anyway, I
me-
think. Carry on. Sorry, carry on.
No, me and Edgar undercutted by one lap. And it's a shame the safety car happened because we had a good gap. But I don't know what even happened to Edgar because I overtook him because I saw he had an internet something and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, his internet went all poof.
It was at the Ascari chicane. I couldn't quite catch it, but something obviously went wrong. Maybe he got a slight disconnect for a second, and then that was his race unfortunately over.
Yeah, that's a shame for him. He was quick.
We could see also a very close fighting between you three and FH. You got pole as well. How are you feeling? Were you confident into the race, or were you just trying to focus on the race pace?
Yeah, kind of felt like last season where you usually just getting pole all the time. So yeah, it was nice. It was a good lap, but yeah, I don't really care about the pole, to be honest, anymore.
Yeah, anyway, I think we'll leave it there for this week of racing in GSR. Join us next week on Friday at 9:45 UK time for the Tier 3 Belgian Grand Prix. Then we'll have Tier 4 Saturday evening at 7 UK time. Then Tier 1 at 9 PM UK time on Saturday. Tier 5 Sunday evening, 6:30. And then Tier 2 at the same time next week. All of those at Spa, so make sure you join us then. So from me, EXFLCharlie, and from Nath8308, we'll see you next week.
Bye.